Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is March coming at you over the interwaves with another StarCraft 2 cast. This one going to be cast between these two top players who make it extra hard for casters on the top left side, because left is on this side and not that side. It is a red Zerg full of no particular team affiliation. He/she is Grandmaster, because I checked that on the Korean ladder. It's red, because I have no clue who you are. None. Red's opponents spawning at the bottom left side, also left because I actually know what I'm doing here. It is a Grandmaster Zerg on the Scarlett ladder, on the Korean ladder. It's blue. Alright, so I already put that in the introduction there. This player is Scarlett, because I got this from the Scarlett replay. Scarlett released the replays from a couple of days ago. I thought it'd be fun to do that. So I don't know. I don't know. This is blue, this is red. Blue is opening up with the pool first and then the hatch, whereas red went with the hatch first and then the pool. And both are things that Scarlett does, and both are, you know, fairly standard strategies that Scarlett's opponent probably does, because Scarlett's opponent's a GM Zerg on Korea, and you know, so this is possible. All right, so red and blue, because yeah, this great. Blue is going to be a little bit more offensive, having that spawning pool first. The extractor lined up very nicely to start that speed at 150, whereas their opponent, I'm just going to try and do that because that's a general neutral pronoun. Which is easier here, because the chances of the opponent being male is fairly high, to be perfectly honest. So blue going to put on a little bit of aggression, not right now yet. You want to time that out with that speed coming out. So just 2 versus 2, getting that scout in, not wanting to do any damage yet, but red very nicely shuffles blue away, and for some reason there we go, it works again. My follow function didn't quite work. All right, so red going to try and get their own scouting off, and while blue, which is now green, just to add to the confusion, didn't get much of a scout off just yet, so didn't see the gas timing, doesn't know how fast speed is on the way, if there is speed on the way at all. No, there is not. And going to build a Roach Warren wall. So if blue can get a fair bit of aggression in there before that wall is complete, they're going to be in a very nice place. It does take out that one Zergling, but doesn't try and squeeze through that gap. 2 fat queens trying to block that off, and I believe that is a correct wall, so there wouldn't be any option of doing that. Does supply block their opponent. That's very good. But if they're not going to get any damage done quickly, if you're not going to get through this wall, or if you are going to try and drop very nicely, then I feel very good for the Roach Warren player. But blue's going to have an option of getting some damage done. Maybe not kill anything. Hopefully at this level of play we should only really lose, let's see, that's 1. That's 2, but the lost mining time is quite a bit of damage on itself. That's 3, that's 4, and I think that is everything we're going to get. Yep, that 4, 6. We lost 6. What did we also get on the front? We're also getting in at the front gate. Gets that scout off. Once again, see that there's not also a baneling nest at the back there, so knows that there might be roaches coming their way, but there's not going to be also a Ravager Bane all in or something like that. So good scouting, good damage, up 42 bloody workers to 29. So red may not have been planning anything all-inish, but he may want to consider, because that is a severe economic deficit. Alright, going to take that third base though, so not going to just mass up on roaches. We're going to try and make a nice game out of it. And good luck to you, kind madam, sir, because that's going to... Oh, and this does get spotted, so he does see that Overlord not get quite full, but should now get in location in order to do this. And I like this, making sure that those queens or those roaches can actually go back and forth. They're actually moving forward with the queen, so I was saying something in it now, being all-inners, but does dedicate these queens to this attack and does get his opponent's queens fairly quickly. There is more, but let's see. All right, we've got +1 range for red. We've got +1 melee for blue, but that's not going to be the most useful thing ever. There is still numerical advantage for blue. Very nice little the thing with the healing that queens do. I swear to God, I'm a professional there by red, but does eventually get pushed off with at the cost of a couple of drones. Nope, there's still four roaches. 3 roaches and a queen. Still 3 roaches and a queen versus 2 roaches. No, make that 5 roaches. Defender's advantage with reinforcements having kicked in. Red is slowly pushed back, and there is that corrosive bowel. Not paying attention. Does get a good connection with that corrosive bowel, and is going to try and focus that down. Is going to get that. 4 roaches versus 4 roaches. That +1. No, that is 5 roaches actually, because they tell you when you start this job, don't ever bloody do math on stream. What they don't tell you is don't count on stream. We do have this eventually coming in there and doing quite a bit of damage, getting up to 12 drone kills in the end. So this drone pull over here, not a disaster. Still up 10 workers with both of them on 3 bases. And how are we good on queens? 2 queens for red and no queens for blue. Did dedicate all of their queens to that defense, but that's all they needed for now to keep everything alive. And oh, we still have that Dropalord. Still have that Dropalord. Going to have to go a long way around, but there's a fresh batch of Zerglings ready to go. All right, 2, 1, and I believe this is already done for a red. Yes, it is. So blue trying to equalize and then surpass on the... Oh, looks like we lost an overseer there. No, an overlord, not an overseer. We're going to equalize on the upgrades, and oh, you don't want to move out there. Does see that now on that creep, and it is going to have to defend that third base. That's going to be 1 dead drone. That's going to be 2 dead drone. No, it's not going to get it on the drone. Gets a couple of shots off on that hatchery, but now going to try and get that army from blue. Blue's army superior numerically, going to try and pull his opponent back. No, that isn't actually. See, that's what I mean. Don't do counting on stream. Seriously. Going to not overwhelm this though. These are superior numbers he had until just now. Those Ravages providing the superior range. So now just going to have to wait until the... Oh, no. It's going to lose that. So this is quite good. There's another drop there going on there. Most of them got successfully back in here, but red is back in this game with that third base down and is their opponent on 2. That is generally a bad thing. And what is blue doing about it? Well, rebuilt their queens. Rebuilt a queen. Where's the other queen? Build a queen. There you go. Alright, and here's that run by once again, taking out yet more. There's 24 workers killed, which I suppose I can show you like that as well. Quite nicely, 32 workers, 43, but yeah, that's you're oversaturated here. So that's 5 workers not quite doing as much as they could. And I want to try and get the position on that so we can just stop those bloody drops. Did quite a bit of damage there. Oh, flies. Nope. Did he actually hit his own overlords? That would be bad. All right. So no, I'm sorry. yes, you can just float over my Ravager, but I'm not going to actually not kill that thing. Alright, so red droning that up. Blue almost successfully having retaken this. And blue going to try and for a little run around, which was spotted by an Overlord, I assume. Because, oh, no, he just came out here to try and kill this. So, no, does now get scouted by this. And red moves there. Roaches back into position. And that is a lovely shot. Well done. Flew right into that. Doesn't get the run by though. Now, let's see who's going to try and get that thing. Oh, should be trying to take this down. No, going to go for the double Overlord. Does get it. And this Overlord, so red severely supply blocked for a fair bit. Supply block for 30-ish. But that's okay because blue obligingly also calls part of red's army. And GG. If you enjoyed this video, press that like button.